Audie Murphy, remembered as America's most decorated soldier of World War II, too carried with him a mix of quiet humility and sharp honesty. Born Audie Leon Murphy on June 20, 1925, in Kingston, Texas, he grew up in crushing poverty as one of 12 children. His father abandoned the family, leaving his mother to raise them alone until her death in 1941, which scattered the siblings into orphanages. Forced to drop out of school by the 5th grade, young Audie worked in cotton fields to help feed his family. Life was unforgiving, but hardship shaped him into a man with iron resolve. When the war broke out, Murphy saw the military as his way forward. Though initially rejected for being small, barely 5'5", and under 120 pounds, his persistence paid off. In June 1942, he was accepted into the U.S. Army, setting him on the path to an extraordinary destiny. On the battlefield, Murphy's courage became legendary. Fighting across North Africa, Sicily, and France, he earned promotion after promotion, leading men through some of the fiercest campaigns of the war. By the time it was over, he had become the most decorated American soldier, receiving the Medal of Honor, the Distinguished Service Cross, 2 Silver Stars, and more than 24 other awards for bravery. But behind the honors lay a man deeply scarred by combat. The trauma of war, what we now call PTSD, would follow him for the rest of his life. After returning home, Murphy turned unexpectedly to Hollywood. He wrote his autobiography, To Hell, and back and later starred as himself in the 1955 film adaptation, which became a massive box office hit. His natural toughness and authenticity on screen won over audiences, yet he never truly fit into Hollywood's polished world. He was blunt, straightforward, and unimpressed with the egos around him. While Murphy respected actors like James Stewart, who had also served with distinction during the war, there was one man he despised more than anyone else: the celebrated actor James Cagney. Murphy believed Cagney carried himself with arrogance and looked down on outsiders like him, men who hadn't come up through theater or formal acting. To Cagney, Murphy was just a soldier boy pretending to act. To Murphy, that attitude was unforgivable. "I never could stand that mugging he did," Murphy once remarked of Cagney's style. "It was phony. Maybe the public bought it, but I didn't." More than Cagney's acting, what cut deepest was his failure to serve during World War II. Murphy, who had buried countless friends on the battlefield, quietly judged those who had not stood with their country in its darkest hour. In his eyes, Cagney embodied everything false about Hollywood: ego, showmanship, and a lack of respect for sacrifice. Unlike many stars, Murphy rarely engaged in feuds. He kept his circle small and loyal, preferring to avoid the backstabbing culture of the industry. But with Cagney, he made an exception. To friends in private, he admitted, "I hated him more than anyone in Hollywood." That hatred wasn't born of jealousy. Murphy never longed for Cagney's fame. Instead, it stemmed from the raw honesty of a soldier who valued authenticity above all else. Tragically, Murphy's life was cut short on May 28, 1971, when the small plane he was aboard crashed into a Virginia mountainside in heavy fog, killing all on board. He was only 45 years old. To this day, he is remembered as both a war hero and a Hollywood figure who never let glamour cloud his principles. And though many still revere James Cagney as one of cinema's greatest actors, Audie Murphy never wavered in his judgment. In his own words, "Some people in Hollywood I respected. Some I didn't care much about. But Cagney, I truly hated him more than anyone.